He was an awesome teacher.
Karan Clements is stunned that the same man who taught her 11-year-old grandson is now charged with murdering 2 children.
I would sit in the class numerous times, and just see how he act with the students. He was just perfect with those children. I mean, I just don't understand it.
It seems almost too shocking to be true, but a DeKalb County 5th grade teacher now in custody, charged in the murders of 2 children. Newly released arrest warrants allege that Michael White is a member of the Crips street gang and killed an 11-year-old girl and her 15-year-old brother inside their Clayton County home.
Joe Hankey is digging deeper into those warrants in tonight's top story. Joe.
Well, Cheryl and Jeff, it appears Michael White was living a double life. These arrest warrants we obtained today name the teacher as a gang member and also give insight into how investigators tracked him down. The warrants also allege he intentionally caused the death of 2 children by shooting them.
In a case that has parents especially shaking their heads, police arrested a DeKalb County 5th grade teacher for the murder of 2 children. This was Michael White's picture as a 5th grade teacher. Here is the mugshot as an accused killer. His arrest warrant names him as a Crips gang member. And this afternoon, the Clayton County Chief of Police and District Attorney announced that White and 8 other suspected Crip gang members have now been indicted with the murder of Tatiyana and Daveon Coates, who lived in Clayton County.
9 people now arrested in connection to the murders of 2 local teens, including an elementary school teacher among them here.
Viewer discretion advised. This video discusses real events involving violence and the deaths of minors. Some details may be disturbing or upsetting to viewers. This content is intended for informational and documentary purposes only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. In October 2016, a quiet neighborhood in Clayton County, Georgia was forever changed. 2 young lives were taken in a senseless act of violence that would haunt a community for nearly a decade. This is the story of Daveon and Tatiyana Coates and the shocking connection to a man whose profession was supposed to protect and inspire children. Daveon Lamonte Coates was a 15-year-old high school student, a 10th grader at Mundy's Mill High School. Tatiyana Manasia Coates, his little sister, was an 11-year-old 6th grader at Point South Middle School. On the morning of October 22, 2016, both were asleep in a home on Libby Lane in Jonesboro when their lives were shattered. No adults were in the house that morning. There were several kids at home that day, but Daveon and Tatiyana were the only ones who would not wake up. 4 other children survived unharmed, one of them making the 911 call that would bring police to the scene. At first, the crime scene baffled authorities. Officers found both siblings shot to death inside their home. It quickly became clear this was no random burglary. It was gang-related. Investigators believe members of the Rolling 20s Crips, a notorious street gang tied to violence in metro Atlanta, were searching for a different teen. That teenager, about 15 years old, had recently moved into the Coates home with his family under the care of Daveon and Tatiyana's mother. Police later revealed the gang was seeking him in retaliation for stolen guns, but he was not home that morning. Daveon and Tatiyana were completely innocent, not affiliated with any gang. They were in the wrong place at the worst possible time. According to Clayton County authorities, they were murdered while they slept. Months turned into years before suspects were identified. In March 2018, shocking news broke. A 5th grade teacher, Michael Deshaun White, was among those arrested in connection with the murders. White taught at Toney Elementary School in DeKalb County, a man entrusted with the safety and education of children. Police arrested him right at the school, leading him out in handcuffs as stunned colleagues and students watched. He was charged with multiple counts, including malice murder, allegations that he helped plan or participate in the gang retaliation that led to the deaths of Daveon and Tatiyana.
Teacher is convicted in the gang murder of 2 children. Clayton County prosecutors are telling us how they used video and other evidence to win that conviction. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie obtained some of that video.
Michael White, about 9 days before the murders on Libby Lane, inside of the Rolling 20 Crips headquarters in DeKalb County.
There were tears being shed when the first guilty was texted to us.
What we're looking at is Michael White right here in the middle with other gang members.
Michael White led a double life. Teacher of 5th grade children at Toney Elementary in DeKalb County and hardcore Rolling 20s Crips gang member. And that led him into a double murder. of 2 children, 11-year-old Tatiyana Coates and her 15-year-old brother Daveon on Libby Lane in Jonesboro, October 22nd, 2016. Say Clayton County Deputy Chief Assistant District Attorney Lakarian Blunt.
He was kicking in doors at night and killing children and going and teaching children in the morning.
And Assistant DA Sheila Francois.
2 innocent lives were lost.
They had nothing to do with gang activity.
They had nothing to do with gang activity.
Prosecutors Blunt and Francois say Monday a Clayton County jury convicted White of 44 counts, including murder and gang charges.
Evidence suggested ultimately someone else was the trigger man?
Yes, 2 people.
But he's just as guilty under the law?
Just as guilty. Party to a crime. Once he kicked in that door and ran in that house with a shotgun in his hand, he's guilty as every last other person in that house.
Ms. Blunt says Tatiyana and Davion's mom had taken in another family out of the goodness of her heart, but a teen in the family she took in was a Rolling 20s Crip and had stolen guns from the gang's DeKalb County headquarters. And that's what brought White and other gang members to the house where the 2 children were shot to death. Prosecutor Blunt says she used videos and photos showing White with other gang members to establish White's gang membership for the jury, along with a gang roster with White's handwritten name on it. And she and Ms. Francois used witness testimony in the resemblance between a sketch of one of the home invaders and White to put White in the house, though the defense disputed it.
We had 2 co-defendants come and testify.
His lead attorney, Bruce Harvey, said by phone Michael White had successfully embarked on his teaching career after playing college football. Harvey said this case is a tragedy in many respects, but at the trial, the emotion of the situation outran the evidence the state presented. He said several witnesses testified to help themselves, and the defense team will continue to fight the sufficiency of the evidence and what he believes to be an unjustified conviction. Chris Sperry told us he's a prosecutor in Fulton County now, but handled the original Michael White indictment in Clayton County.
May take several years, but if you are gangbanging in Georgia, the state of Georgia is going to hold you accountable.
Clayton County DA Tasha Mosley credits Clayton County Police with a great investigation, but says society is losing the gang war.
We've got to change as society and understand that the fight is not when they're in high school or heck, even in middle school. The fight begins the day that they're born.
Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
In the end, Daveon and Tatiyana were taken far too soon. They were siblings, students, children with futures, cut short by violence that was never theirs to bear. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like these.